Good evening from Holt Arena. This is another IdahoSports.com Game Streams production presented by the United Dairymen of Idaho, along with Paul Kingsbury, Bart Bingham. I am Jeff Duncan. Semifinal action tonight, 8-man Division I semifinals between the Hagerman Pirates and the Grace Grizzlies. Bart, I want to start with Grace. They have had a very interesting year this year. This is their first year at the 8-man level. They end up losing their first 5 games, and people are thinking, oh, Grace is gone, they're toast. They go on to win 5 in a row. They beat Notice last week in a wild finish. And here they are in the semifinals in their first year of 8-man, which is a completely different animal than 11-man football.
Grace has made a statement and an about-face turnaround halfway through their year. 0-5 to here in the semifinals of the state championships in Holt Arena. I just spoke with their coach exactly about that same question you had, and I asked him, what did you see the major change around in this year? And he said they've made a few personnel changes. This is their first year, as you said, in 8-man football. They didn't completely understand everything, all the techniques, all the different nuances that were different from the 11-man game. As time went on, they made those changes with personnel. They understood the game more, and they began beating people. And as you mentioned, Notice last week, they beat them. And Notice is a perennial. Okay.
What? From scratch? We were on a roll.
Yeah, we were.
That was our best opening yet. Oh, man. That sucks.
You did a good job with that, too. You set me up for that question. I just barely asked you.
Good evening from Holt Arena. This is another IdahoSports.com Game Streams production presented by the United Dairymen of Idaho. Semifinal action, 8-man Division I. Hagerman take it on Grace tonight. Winner goes on to play the winner of Prairie and Troy. They get it on this Saturday at the Kibbe Dome. And there's a kickoff. Pirates do a little squib kick. Taken by Kendall Bitton at the 40-yard line. And Grace will start in great field position to start their drive. And Bart, Grace, we were talking before the game. This is their first year at 8-man. They lost their first 5 games of the year. People are thinking, what's going on at Grace? They reel off 5 in a row. They take care of Notice in a wild finish last week. They have to like their chances tonight.
They certainly do. They've done an about-face towards the last end of this year, won all the rest of their games, done an extremely good job. They understand now the 8-man game, and we're going to have to get back to that in a second.
Josh Jensen at quarterback in the gun. Hand off to Bitton up the middle. Maybe gets a yard on that play. Gang tackling by the Pirates, led by Ryan Lutmer. Gain of about 1, so second down and 9 for Grace.
No, we just talked with head coach Stephen Millward of Grace, and he told me they started out this year. They could have dropped back down to 8-man 2 years ago, but they kind of hesitated. Finally, they made the move and lost their first 5 games. And then they beat Notice, as you noticed earlier. Notice is a perennial 8-man power.
Jensen pass out in the flat, finds Ackerman, gets out to midfield. Not enough for a first down. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for Grace. And Hagerman has always had a pretty good football program over there. They've never been a real dominant program, but they've always been good. And they're in the semifinals now. And they actually, I think their coming out party might have been beating Oakley at Oakley. And not many teams go into Oakley and beat the Hornets, but they did that this year. And Oakley not in the playoffs, which is kind of unusual. But that was kind of their coming out party, and here they are in the semis, 1 win away from the finals.
What a springboard to get you into this type of season that they've come into at this point. This game tonight is going to be a replay, a very, very close game, I predict, just like these teams played earlier in the year. If you look back to September 24th, these teams played neck and neck together. Grace lost that game by just 4 points. It was 22-26. So we've got a close game brewing here, and I think that either one of these teams could certainly come out on top of this game, game to advance to the next round, a championship game.
Simonson with that last carry. First down Grizzlies. They're on the march at the Hagerman 45. Man in motion is Simonson again. Give up the middle.
For Grace's first year in 8-man football, they certainly are executing their plays well here in their first drive. the misdirection, the fake handoffs, it's almost like a spread formation, the type that Urban Meyer would run at Florida or Utah. That was an excellent executed play that Grace just ran for a couple yards gain.
Grace is very balanced. They can run the ball like most 8-man teams, but they can also air it out too. Jensen can throw it, and they're coming out spread now. Receiver split 2 left, 1 to the right. But handoff right up the gut. Dragging tacklers down to the 35-yard line, close to a first down.
Spencer Peck made some good yardage on that play for the Grizzlies. Straight upfield.
Big Spencer Peck, number 68. You don't see number 68 in the backfield very often in football.
No, you don't.
Only 8-man football.
We saw some unique numbers coming out of there, and it just makes you take a second look and double take when you see 68 or 88 coming out of the backfield.
3rd and 1 for Grace on the 36. 1 back behind Jensen. Jensen takes himself up the middle. First down, Grace. Drive stays alive. Let's set the defense for the Pirates. Starting on defense, Cade Kress, 5'10", 165-pound freshman. Ryan Lutmer, 5'11", 170-pound senior. Xavier Strick, 5'10", 160-pound junior. Zach Reed, 5'11", 175-pound senior. Cody Hensley, Jonathan Owsley, 5'10", 165 junior. I wonder if he's related to Philip Owsley in Glens Ferry.
Likely so.
We'll finish the lineup later. Jensen downfield. Almost picked off and then almost caught.
Second take almost caught there by Grace. It was number 5, Trevor Simonson, who almost caught the pass there, and that would have been a huge gain for Grace downfield near the 10-yard line. Grace now will go on to second down, though, but what an effort there. Almost could have gone either way for either team on the interception possibility or the regrouping and catch there, so great effort.
Rounding out the defense for the Pirates, Ambrosio Nava, 5'8", 170-pound senior. Justin Arriaga, 6 foot, 205. He's a sophomore. And Cody Mays, 6 foot, 155-pound senior. Second down carry for the Grizzlies. Doesn't get much. Gets down to the 35. That's Simonson on the carry again. Yeah. So that'll be 3rd down for Grace. And I imagine, like most 8-man teams, this will be 2 downs to get 7 here.
I think you're probably right. You know, Jeff, I'm looking at the fans here across the way, and there is some energy in this building tonight. It's fun to see it. It's a great atmosphere for football, and take the elements of outside away, and it's perfect conditions for football and fun for all the fans.
Jensen will take it himself around the left side, tackled right at the 30-yard line. Great open field tackle, taken down by Cade Kress, and that'll bring up 4th and long for Grace, and I think they're still going to go for it. Unless they have some kind of a field goal kicker that we don't know about.
Just outside field goal territory, but maybe they've got a great one.
I don't think so. No knock on Grace, but I don't think they're specialized in kickers. So I'd say 4th and 8, they're going to go for it.
And Trevor Simonson just came back in, and he's the receiver. You have to think that he's the running back. He might be coming into play in this next play. It's 4th down and about 8 yards to go.
Jensen in the pistol. There's Peck in motion. Jensen, plenty of time. Rolling to his right.
Wow, that was too close.
Incomplete at the 15-yard line. He's looking for Chase Ackerman. Hagerman holds on down, so they take over at the 31-yard line.
That was just out of the receiver's hands. He had it and just barely dropped it at the last second as he was coming down from the dive. So you have to feel for Grace on that drive. But what Grace has established through that drive is that they can move the ball. They can move the ball on Hagerman. And even though that they're only 5-5, the record shows, we come in with a pretty even comparison between these teams. And I think you can even throw out the records at this point. This is game on the field, and that's where we're going to see it happen tonight.
They caught fire late in the year. They've won their last 5 straight, including a big upset over Notice last week in an absolute bizarre, wild finish. Scoring something like 23 points in the last 8 or 9 minutes of the ballgame. Pirates first down, 2 backs behind quarterback. Give up the middle, lots of room. Dodging tacklers, first down, Hagerman.
What a run there by Hagerman. That was Ambrosio Nava, a 5'8", 170-pound senior. Good run for about 15 or more yards upfield.
First down, Pirates. Pirates now show spread offense. Receivers split 2 left, 2 right. Quarterback in the gun. Takes himself, 40, 45, 50, lots of room.
Excellent
on his
call.
feet, 40, 30, 20, he might be gone. Touchdown, Pirates. Touchdown, Zach Reed.
Zach Reed takes it the distance, about a 60-yard run, and you just kept waiting and waiting and waiting as he came to the near side with the ball for him to throw it down the field, and you kept waiting as he was going slower and slower, and then all of a sudden he kicked in the gas, and there he went. He was gone down the near sideline for about 60 yards for the touchdown.
So Hagerman draws first blood here at Holt Arena. We're at 6:50 into the first quarter. Pirates 6, Grizzlies nothing. Quick drive by the Pirates. Zach Reed showing his wheels on that last run. If you want to get a hold of us, email address is webcast@idahosports.com. Reed, 2-point conversion time, and it is good. Reed threaded the needle that time. Got Cade Kress in the right-hand corner. 2-point conversion is good, so 6:50 left in quarter number 1 from Holt Arena. It's Hagerman 8, Grace nothing. We'll be right back on idahosports.com. My bad.
Welcome back to Holt Arena. We are halfway through the first quarter here, and we've got some shout-outs to come with on idahosports.com. First, from Jamie, she says, "Go Grizzlies." And from Sean and Lisa Reiner, "What's going on in the Grace Hagerman webcast?" Well, it's live on idahosports.com. From Sheila Waynon, "The game is live on idahosports.com." And from Scott Burton, one of our colleagues here at Idaho Sports, "Hey guys, a big shout out for Scott, Greta, and Abby from Twin Falls. You guys are doing great. The naughty nurse says Idaho Sports rocks." Way to go, Scott Burton.
Zach Reed with another squibber. Taken by Colter Rasmussen out to about the 40-yard line. So once again, Grace takes over. Pretty good field position for the Grizzlies. Pirates up 8-0. Grace did show they can move the ball on the Pirates.
Shout out, talking about having a running back with the number 68 we'll have to get to in just a moment.
Spencer Peck, number 68. When he's coming at you, I think you want to either get out of the way or maybe try a little half-hearted ankle tackle just to say, hey, I tried.
He's big enough without that number, and that makes him even bigger.
There's a give again, right up the middle. That's Chase Ackerman with the carry, doesn't get much. Pirates drop in for about a half-yard loss. He's second down and say a long 10 for Grace. Hagerman came into the game 8-2. Their only 2 losses were to the teams that played before us today, which was Prairie and...
No, it was Carey. And we'll have to get back to that comment in just a second.
I already forgot who played earlier today. Pass out in the flat to Simonson. No gain, loss of about 3.
Carey and Castleford played in the game before this.
Right, and Hagerman lost to both of those teams.
And they were the powerhouses in 8-man football, evidently, at least in the Magic Valley, southern Idaho area.
The odd thing is they are 8-man Division 2. The Pirates are 8-man Division 1, and they lost to both of those teams. Their only losses of the year.
Yep.
And they go beat Oakley, at Oakley, which is hard to do. But they're the real deal. 3rd down and 12 now for Grace. Jensen in the shotgun, looking over the middle. Just overthrows Chase Ackerman, and that will bring up, once again, 4th down for the Grace Grizzlies. Hagerman showing some pretty good speed on defense. They put some pressure on Jensen, not letting him get too comfortable back in that pocket, and they force now 2 4-and-outs for the Grizzlies.
And then the punt's going to come up now next for Grace, and Grace has established they can move the ball, but they can also be stopped, as Hagerman's made a clear statement.
Jensen gets a punt off. Good-looking punt by Jensen. Ryan Lutmar takes it on the bounce, gets to the corner, out to the 26-yard line. Pretty good coverage by Grace.
Chase Ackerman had a small hole there on the right side, but it closed very quickly by Grace. As you saw the big number 69 come in there, another big 60 number.
Brady Simmons on the tackle for Grace. Last drive, the Pirates only took 2 plays to score their touchdown. They're up 8-0 on Grace, 5:16 left in the first quarter. Zach Reed leads the team to the line. Grace going strong side left formation. Reed with the give, up the middle again for good yardage.
What a power run there by Ambrosi and Nava. Directly up the middle. Hagerman's got the power run that looks like they're going to depend on throughout this game. And good yardage made on that first down for about 5 yards right up the field to the 31-yard line.
They don't have a lot of size on the line, but once again, in 8-man, it's speed that matters. And they have a lot of speed. 2nd down 6 from the 31. Fake pitch, give, up the gut. First down and then some.
Jonathan Owsley on the carry for Hagerman. Good run for 2nd down yardage.
You know, I still wonder if he's related to Philip Owsley, who played in Glens Ferry. If anybody knows the answer to that question, shoot an email, webcast@idahosports.com. Just my idle curiosity.
Give us a shout out. I think there's a couple of good families there in the Hagerman area named Owsley. Good people.
First down and 10 Pirates on the 37. 4:23 left in the first quarter. Pirates on top, 8-0, and they're on the move. They're going spread. To left, to right. There's a fly sweep. 40.
He's got room.
And he stopped at the 42-yard line, but a flag is in on the play. Brought down by Josh Jensen.
Jeff, that kind of a flag is usually in the area of holding. You saw that he had room to run, and that's going to be the call.
Of course, holding not illegal play in tackle football, and that will move Pirates back 10 yards. You know, he had room to run initially, and Jensen really closed that gap in a hurry.
He did. He didn't allow him to get around the corner at all, because if he would have, he probably would have got upfield. But excellent job in timing it right and getting there when he had to.
Let's thank some of our big-time sponsors. Without them, we're not doing the game tonight. United Dairymen of Idaho, Les Schwab Tire Centers, GameFilm360.com, IdahoTeenDriving.org, North Idaho College, and of course the famous or the infamous, the Prep Informer e-newsletter. Zach Reed heaves it downfield, caught at the 50-yard line. Drugged down to the 35-yard line of Grace. Zach Reed, just before he got hit, got the ball off to big Cody Mays. And Hagerman once again in business at the Grace 35. Some more sponsors we want to thank. Go On campaign, because high school is not enough. Cable One, watch us make you smile. Farm Bureau Insurance, we know Idaho, we grew up here. D.L. Evans Bank, and You Drove Wireless Internet.
We'd also like to thank Filer Mutual Telephone Company. They provide wireless broadband in the Hagerman area. And as the refs march this backwards.
Ouch, if you're the Pirate fan that's got hurt. Called holding on the Pirates, and that'll negate that nice pitch and catch from Reed to Mays.
That's certainly the wrong play. You want to have that holding penalty come back and haunt you on. Moves it from the 30-yard line on one end of the field to inside the 30 on the other end of the field. So 60-yard difference on one play.
In baseball, walks will kill you. In football, penalties will do the same thing.
Yep.
So 1st and 20 now for the Pirates on the 27. They're going to go back to spread. Man in motion's Lutmer. Reed back to pass. Got a man in the flat. Caught, 30-yard line. 35. Out to the 39.
On that play, the Grizzlies just let Justin Arriga get out in the flat. Gave him too much space in between him. And when you let him get some space, he's going to go downfield. So you got to get on the man as soon as the ball is in his hands. You got to make the contact and take him down. And that's not what Grace did on that play. And Arrigo was able to get the ball and make positive yardage. And it's something that Grace is going to have to watch from here on out the rest of the game.
2nd down 8 for the Pirates on the 39. They're up 8-0 on Grace. Give right up the middle. Once again, great yardage, great run up the middle, dodging tacklers. Ambrosio Nava with another nice run, and that's enough for a Pirate first down. And so far tonight, Grace really has not shown they can stop Hagerman either through the air or on the ground.
No, they haven't, and that's the weakness that I think we both agree that Grace has. Their defense has not met head-on with Hagerman, and Nava, I think right now is what Hagerman should stick with as their bread and butter. He's the one that's been able to gain positive yards directly up the middle and moving the ball for Hagerman Pirates.
Zach Reed in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 49. Pass out in the flat to Kress. Dodges a tackler. Pass midfield. Breaks a tackle. 40. 30. Kress might be gone. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Hagerman touchdown. Cade Kress.
Cade Kress has some power to his run. You can tell by that effort. He had Grace right there with him, and he just kind of won the foot race and stepped away from the Grace defender, going 60 yards for the touchdown. Excellent effort by Cade Kress of Hagerman.
Cade Kress is only a freshman as well. Showed a little shake and bake about midfield, and he was off to the races. Reservations for 6 for Cade Kress, and Hagerman's now on top, 14-0 on Grace. 2-point conversion time now for the Pirates.
Remember, these teams played nail to nail, tooth and tooth earlier in this season, 24-26.
That's the give to Nava up the middle, and I don't think he's going to make it in there. He was pinwheeled at about the 2-yard line, so 2-point conversion is no good. But a 2:21 left in the first quarter. Pirates on top of the Grizzlies, 14-0. Keep it right here on IdahoSports.com. Welcome back to Holt Arena. 2:21 left in the first quarter. Hagerman 14, Grace nothing. It's been all Pirates so far, and you got emails to read.
Yes, we've got an email coming in from the thriving metropolis of Minot, North Dakota. Good luck, Grizzlies. Lay your hearts on the line and show them that the Grizzly pride. Love your family in Minot, North Dakota. Be loud and proud.
So I bet it's cold up there.
I bet it is too. But there's certainly a lot of petroleum products being extracted from the ground up there. That's one of the more economic, stable areas of the country right now.
Nice country, too. It's beautiful up there.
Is.
North Dakota and South Dakota.
Hagerman has an interesting formation that they come out in for the kickoffs. It's almost like something that Council would run way back in called the Globe of Death.
That sounds painful and eerie.
It is,
sinister.
Except for what that was is on the receiving team, they would all wait for the receiver to catch the ball, and then their whole team would go down and huddle right around him. And so as a defending team coming down to tackle him, you would have no idea who has the ball, and any one of those 8 men could come out of the circle with the ball and go anywhere. So you have to watch all 8 of them coming out of there at the same time.
Is that legal to do now, or did they change the rule where they couldn't do that anymore?
I think it probably is still legal.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Interesting formation, kind of the type of plays that you would see coming out of Boise State, where there's the good execution and trickery that are involved that catch the defense off guard.
First down, Grace on the 35. They're down 14-0. They need some points. Jensen with the pitch. Once again, the corner cannot be attained by Grace. Trevor Simonson brought down right at the 35. Another great open field tackle by the Pirates, and they're showing their speed to the ball. And in the 8-man game, having size is great, but speed is what matters, and Hagerman has a lot of that.
It is. It definitely is. Hagerman is showing why they're 8-2 at this point. They've beaten a lot of good teams this year. They're gonna step up and meet Grace head-on defensively throughout this game.
Jensen fakes a handoff. He's got a man caught at the 45-yard line. Damien Martinez with the catch. And that will be very close to a first down.
Damien Martinez ran an excellent pattern that time to get wide open, but you got to go back to what Hagerman's doing as well. As soon as he caught that pass, he didn't have time to turn upfield. There was instant contact from the Hagerman defender, and he was stopped right there before he was able to make positive yardage upfield.
They do mark that first down Grizzlies right at the 45. 1:31 left in the first quarter. 14-0 Pirates. Grace now on the move. Jensen in the shotgun.
Number 68 out of the backfield.
Big Spencer Peck rumbling up the middle. Gets about 6 yards on that carry. He's a load to bring down. Second down 4 for Grace.
Speaking of that, we've got a shout out about the number 68 out of the backfield.
Let's hear it.
It says, is there a significance with running backs wearing number 68? Well, Wallace's tailback also wore number 68. By the way, thanks for the good work you all do with bringing the games to us over the net. Just doing a little observing should Prairie get past Troy on Saturday. So thank you very much for that shout out from Sean and Lisa Reiner.
Handoff right up the middle. There's another Grace first down.
What? Okay. Sean, by the way, thanks for your shout out. And Paul Kingsbury here at Idaho Sports says hi.
Good friend of Idaho Sports.
He's a good friend of Idaho Sports.
First down, Grizzlies on the march at the Pirate 40-yard line. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Jensen in the gun. Give up the middle to Peck once again. Bangs his way up for a couple yards. Taken down by a whole host of Pirates. Or a fleet of Pirates. A band of Pirates? Hard to say.
A ship full of Pirates.
A ship full of Pirates. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here from Holt Arena. Semifinal action. It's Hagerman 14, Grace nothing. Keep it right here on idahosports.com. Welcome back to Holt Arena. Second quarter action just about to start. It's Hagerman 14, Grace nothing. All Pirates so far, but Grace now is on the move. Ball marked at the 39-yard line, so Grace on the move. Want to send a big thank you, big shout out to the Best Western Cotton Tree Inn in Pocatello. That's where Paul and I are staying tonight in a very comfy separate beds. I was going to say a very comfy bed, but let's make that clear. Separate beds. Separate rooms for Paul and I.
Boy, this is good football here, guys, by the way. Got some good action going on here at Holt Arena. How about those Bears?
Cotton Tree Inn, the official hotel of idahosports.com. Great continental breakfast as well. Second down and 9 from the 39. Grace on the move. Jensen rolling out. Looks in the 30-yard line. Caught. Dragged down inside the 30. Caught by Kendall Bitten. And Grace, once again, is on the move. The drive stays alive.
First down inside the 30-yard line. Grace is, this is really one of the first drives that Grace has got into deep territory of Hagerman. So they have some good chances. We've seen them move the ball earlier in this game. Their offense, to me, doesn't seem to be the problem. It's their defense that isn't able to stop Hagerman up to this point.
First down and 10 from the 27. Bitten in motion, and we have a flag on the play that might be procedure against the Grizz. That'll knock him back 5. So first and 10 turns into first and 15 now for Grace.
I talked with the Grace head coach before the game, and he told us that Ambrosio Nava on defense was one of his biggest concerns, as well as Ryan Lutmer, the defensive end coming in there, 5'11", 170-pound senior.
They're very quick, and they really penetrate well, and they cause havoc in the backfield. Here's Grace, first and 15. Jensen with a rollout. Nobody open. Looks downfield. Got a man now. Caught. 5-yard line. Touchdown.
Excellent.
Grace. Touchdown. Chase Ackerman. Great patience by Jensen, waiting for the play to develop. Eventually, Ackerman broke open. Perfect pass. Touchdown, Grace, and they're back in the ballgame.
That's exactly the way you want any play to unfold. That's the exemplary type of play, how you want it to run. And the receiver came wide open. The quarterback had plenty of patience, rolled and rolled and rolled to the left. And finally, the receiver came wide open. Perfect thrown ball, perfect catch. Back left or front left corner of the end zone, touchdown.
Direct snap to Simonson. He's got the corner. 2-point conversion is good. Trevor Simonson for 2. 11 minutes, 12 seconds left in the second quarter. We have a ball game here at Holt Arena. It's Hagerman 14, Grace 8. Keep it right here on idahosports.com.
Welcome back to Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University. We'd like to thank Filer Mutual Telephone Company for sponsoring this game and making it possible to bring to you over the internet. They're located in Filer and provide wireless broadband, which is high-speed internet service for folks throughout the Hagerman area. So folks in Hagerman, please go and see the folks at Filer Mutual Telephone for all of your wireless broadband needs, high-speed internet that's now available in Hagerman.
And tell them Bart and Jeff sent you.
That's right, at idahosports.com.
Yep. Jensen for the kickoff. It's another one of those squibbers. That's a live ball that goes out of bounds.
And
Xavier Strick couldn't quite pick it up for the Pirates, and this is going to go out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
You see the flag thrown there, and it's an interesting flag.
It's not a flag because the ball was touched by Strick.
Okay.
So they're going to mark it at the 35 where the ball actually went out. Normally, if he didn't touch it, it would be marked at the 40.
Okay.
But Strick did touch it, so they're going to mark it at the 34. But we see more and more of those kind of kicks now at the high school level because they're so hard to handle.
We do, and you see that the players they've got more speed behind them so they can get down there quickly and recover those balls. It's actually a good schematic call to call those every now and then. It keeps the receiving team on their heels.
Reed, option pitch. Nava breaks it upfield, 40, no, hurdles a tackle, 50. 40-yard line, flag on the play. Tackled inside the 30-yard line. Actually, that's Jonathan Owsley with the carry, but that is going to...
I think it was Cade Kress.
That's actually Cade Kress with the carry. That may come back, flag at the 50-yard line, and that's usually holding on the offense. Great run by Cade Kress.
Yeah, for a quarterback that's a freshman, he's got excellent size already. Most upperclassmen would be his size. He's 5'10", 165 as a ninth grader. So excellent size and speed, and Hagerman may have a quarterback for years to come in Cade Kress.
That is going to come back. They'll march off 10 yards against Hagerman. Tough break for the Pirates. But you get the idea that pass in the flat with their speed will be very effective tonight against Grace. And I don't think that's the last time we're going to see that play.
No, I think you're right. I think that Hagerman realizes their coaching staff has looked and they've scouted this defensive Grace. They know what they need to bring as they're bringing all kinds of formations that are just mixing it up.
Lutmer split wide to the right. Reed under center. There's the give, up the gut, another flag, and 2 flags on the play.
I think we're going to see a motion on that. There was some early movement.
Nava gains 2, but that's going to come back 5 more yards on the Pirates. And right now the Pirates are shooting themselves in the foot. The last 2 plays have resulted in 15 yards of penalties.
Got one more shout out coming in from Strawn Clark. Good luck, Grizzlies. Lay your hearts on the line and show them that Grizzly pride. Love your family in Minot, North Dakota.
Another North Dakota shout out. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of Prairie Troy, who plays Saturday at the Kibbe Dome. First,
Hagerman kind of in a spread formation.
Reed heaves it downfield. Caught at the 35-yard line. Caught by Ryan Lutmer. What a ball by Reed. Floats it over the defense right into the hands of Lutmer. And Hagerman once again in business in Gray's territory.
30-yard gain, 31-yard play.
What a ball by Reed. That was a pretty pass.
You couldn't
off
throw
his
a better
back
ball.
foot as well.
No, excellent thrown ball. And good catch, but the receiver, it was right on his numbers. You couldn't ask for a better thrown ball than that.
We mentioned in the pregame that both of these teams are very balanced on offense. They can run it, but they can throw it as well. And we've seen this tonight on both sides. Good running games, but boy, Jensen for Grace and Reed for Hagerman, they can really throw the football.
They can.
Inside handoff. That is going to be a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Second down, and let's call it 6 now for the Pirates.
Justin Arriga, 6 foot, 205-pound sophomore. Hagerman's got some big underclassmen. They have some bright future, I think, ahead of them with these big of underclassmen who seem to be their skill players already at their young age.
Second down, and let's call it a long 6 from the 31. Reed, handoff. That's Nava. Break it to 1 tackle down to the 25. It's going to be 3rd down, and let's call it a 3rd and about 2 now for the Pirates.
And Nava doesn't hesitate.
No.
As soon as he gets the ball, he's right there, and he's moving it. And he followed his blocker well and went directly into the line, gained some good yardage fast.
Nava is very much of a north-south type runner. He's not going to do a lot of juking and go east and west. He's going to take it right up the gut, and if you're in his way, he'll knock you over. 3rd down and 2 now for the Pirates on the 26. Reed, quarterback sneak, takes it himself, breaking tackles inside the 20 goes Zach Reed.
Zach Reed is another good quarterback. You have to just look at him and admire how he just keeps the gears going, keeps his legs moving, keeps him going the entire time. And the first tackle hits him and keeps going. Second tackle, he got hit 3 times and still moved probably 3 or 4 yards after the first hit.
He's 5'11", a 175-pounder. He's a big boy quarterback. He's a senior. They're going to miss him next year, but I imagine that Cade Kress may step in his place very nicely next year.
Yep.
Reed now in the gun. Receiver split 2 to the right. Reverse. That's Ryan Lutmer with the carry. Excuse me, Cade Kress with the carry, number 2. Not a lot on that play. A lot of running for not much yardage. And they're going to mark him for about a 3-yard gain. So 2nd down 7 for the Pirates. Clock keeps on moving. We're about 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first half. 14-7.
Grace, in the position they're at right now, has to come up with a stop here. They have to stop it on this set of downs and not allow another first down, or Hagerman's going to be in a position to get in the end zone.
Pirates going spread. Zach Reed fakes a handoff. He's got the left side all to himself. Touched, and Zach Reed either had a hitch in his giddy-up or he just wanted to jog into the end zone, or he may knew that there were flags coming down behind him, and that's going to be called back for holding
we've got,
on Hagerman.
3 different flags out. I think we've got two sets of different holds that have happened on that last play.
I saw you throw a flag. It was that obvious.
That's right.
I mean, you threw one. Paul threw one. There are flags everywhere on the field. And another nice run by the Pirates is going to be for naught as they go back 10 yards.
And that may exactly be one of the stops that we were talking about that Grace needed at this point to maybe end this drive for Hagerman.
That may be a chop block. If so, that's a 15-yarder. On this drive alone, they've had 35 or 40 yards in penalties. 2 flags, 1 for holding, 1 for a chop block. And, of course, Grace will deny the holding, and they'll take the chop block. And that'll move the ball all the way back to the Grace 34-yard line.
Certainly.
Excuse me, the Grace 29-yard line.
And they've got 20 yards now to go for first down. That puts Hagerman back in a hole quickly.
And the Pirates call a timeout. So 7:15 left in the second quarter. It's Hagerman 14, Grace 8. Let's keep it here, and let's thank our sponsors once again. United Dairymen of Idaho, Les Schwab Tire Centers, GameFilm360.com, IdahoTeenDriving.org, North Idaho College, and the Prep Informer e-newsletter. Also, Go On Campaign, Cable One, Farm Bureau Insurance, D.L. Evans Bank, You Drove Wireless Internet, who sponsor the Player of the Game, and our friends at Filer Mutual Telephone Company. They provide wireless broadband service, which is high-speed internet in Castleford and Hagerman areas. Check them out at www.filertel.com.
Thank you, Jeff. Without these sponsors, we could not bring these webcasts to you.
We couldn't.
We would also like to remind all the fans, players, relatives of players, or coaches that these webcasts will be available on DVDs for purchase. You can enjoy watching this game over and over on your own high-quality keepsake DVD. We keep the cost low so that you can get one for everyone on your list. Just click the banner at the bottom of your webcast player to order yours today.
Pirates going spread. Reed in the gun. Going to take it himself up the middle. Dragging tacklers inside the 25, down to about the 24 goes Zach Reed. He's brought down by Kendall Benton. Then Benton gives him a little pat on the helmet, like saying, "Good run, Zach." We'll meet again, I'm sure. So, 3rd and 14 for Hagerman on the 23, and I think they're going to take 2 downs here to make this first down. It's too close to punt, too far for a field goal. So
good territory to keep the drive going.
And they have shown they can move the ball almost at will against Grace tonight.
Grace, again, though, has to come up with a stop. They've got to dig deep if they want to keep this game close before the half.
Reed lobs it in the corner, in the end zone. He's got a man. Is it caught?
It is caught.
It is. Referees say incomplete.
Well,
I'm not sure how the referee on the 20-yard line could see what happened in the corner of the end zone.
I think that
he ran down and called it incomplete. Now, it may have been, but it should not have been his call.
But it seemed to me like that from here we may have had even a better vantage point than the referee. But he said that it looked like it bounced off the ground. But what a beautifully thrown ball by Hagerman.
By Zach Reed.
Just a beautiful spiral that dropped right in there in the receiver's arms, who was clear up in the air. And that was almost textbook if it would have been caught.
So 4th down to 14 from the 23. Mark to make for the first down is right about the 9-yard line. Reed back to pass. He has time.
Wow, he's hit.
He's fumbled. Doesn't really matter. It's going to go back to Grace anyway. Referees say that was an incomplete pass and no fumble. They must have thought the arm was going forward, and Grace will take over on downs. So they stop Hagerman. Big stop by the Grizzlies.
That is a huge stop, because you see that now the score remains 14-8, and we keep saying that Hagerman has the ability to move the ball against Grace. But with only a 6-point difference and stopping it to keep it at that difference, Hagerman is still completely in this game.
First down and 10 from the 23 for Grace. And they've shown they can move the ball as well. Jensen, Ackerman, Kendall Benton, Big Spencer Peck, they have the weapons to move the football. Jensen passing the flat, caught. It's an old hook and ladder.
There's the Boise State special.
They get out to the 35-yard line. That's Ackerman to Simonson. First down, Grace. Pretty little play.
It was a pretty little play. The only problem with it was their hesitation in the pitch, and it didn't go as smoothly as they would like to have it have gone. If it would have been a quick pitch, I think they would have moved along for positive yards and may even have got out in open space and scored on that.
Yeah, there was a little hesitation with the pitch, but it worked. First down, Grace. Under 6 minutes now. 14-8, Hagerman on top. Man in motion is Benton. Jensen with the give to Peck. And Peck is drugged down from behind. Spencer Peck is not really an east-west type runner. He's going to normally go north and south on you.
No, he's a power runner, 180 pounds, senior. So you like to see him go directly nose to nose with the defensive line, and you think that he could probably move them pretty well. But when he gets out there going east and west, he doesn't have the speed that those defensive backs have.
That will bring up second down and 10 for Grace. Ball marked right at the 33. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the first half. Jensen with the rollout. He's got a man. Caught. 45-yard line. Breaks a tackle. Midfield. Fumble. Goes right back to him. He gets pushed out at the 45-yard line. And there's that AstroTurf bounce. If it bounces right, it'll bounce right back to you like it did.
Chase Ackerman had the luck of the bounce on that. And he had some open space. Good speed on him. Good run. Good catch. Way to go, Chase Ackerman.
First down, Grace. They're on the move. They're on the Hagerman 36.
Chase Ackerman is also listed at a quarterback, so he has the ability to throw the ball as well. You have to wonder if that some kind of a play may come up with him catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage and passing the ball back to another quarterback or receiver downfield later on in this game.
Jensen in the shotgun. Hand off to Benton up the middle. Dragged down by a host of Pirates. Leading the way is Ryan Lutmer. Gain of a couple. Let's call it second down and 7 for Grace.
So Grace is now in Hagerman territory. And if they're able to sustain this drive and keep moving the ball, get in the end zone, they'll be right back tied in this game and maybe move ahead if they can get the 2-point conversion.
Big Spencer Peck in motion. Jensen, lots of time in the pocket. Looks downfield, got a man, incomplete. Overthrew Chase Ackerman by about 20 yards. Chase is fast, but he's not that fast.
Yeah. it looked like maybe there was some confusion there in the pass pattern.
Chase kind of broke that off, and I
he
think
did.
Jensen went downfield more.
That's all right. Good power behind the pass, but certainly it was overthrown.
3rd down and 7 for Grace. I imagine once again 2 downs to make 7 yards here for Grace. You know, I dated a Grace in high school once.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Did she wear
red and white?
Red and white, you're right.
Not that I remember. She was not a proud Grizzly. So Grace now showing the strong side right formation. Jensen going to roll that way. Has some time. Looks over the middle. Incomplete. They may throw a flag for interference.
Certainly,
No, they
Grace
don't.
is calling for it.
Was that ball caught?
No, I don't think it was. I think it was bounced off the carpet there.
I thought it bounced off the carpet. I thought the Pirate may have gotten there just a step too soon, but no call.
I think
so
you're right.
4th and 7. Now, what does Grace do here? They go for it, or do they do a little pooch kick?
I think their head coach, who also is their offensive coordinator, Stephen Millward, I think he's going to go ahead and go with the regular 8-man call. He'll probably go on downfield and go for it.
Roll the dice.
4th and 7. The best you're going to get on a punt is probably go in the end zone and come back to the 20. So I think he's going to go for it.
Here they go, Grizz, 4th and 7 from the 33. Jensen in that pistol formation. Has time to throw. Looks downfield after the pump fake. Incomplete at the 5-yard line, and now they call interference.
Ackerman gets the call, you kind of have to question that call, I think.
He got the call because number 3, Ryan Lutmer, was not looking back at the football. He was face guarding Ackerman, and that's why that call was made. He was face guarding Ackerman. 1st down, Grace. No, he didn't even. If he looked back for the ball, maybe it would have been a no call, but he wasn't looking back for it. So Grace bailed out with a penalty, and their drive stays alive. Grace threw a Hail Mary that time, and it was answered. Ball marked all the way down to the Hagerman 17-yard line.
So Grace is moving the ball and sustaining this drive very well.
And now the Pirates get a bench warning to stay back on the sidelines. One more, and that's a penalty on the Pirates.
It's obvious that they didn't completely agree with that last call.
No, they were not happy with that call.
And I don't know if there was actual contact that occurred, maybe the face guarding that you were talking about, but usually you can do that as long as there's no contact. And I don't know that there was a whole bunch of contact that occurred.
It was a tough call. It could have gone either way.
Yep.
It was a close call, and the referee decided to throw the hanky that time.
Yep.
Simonson with that last carry for Grace. Gain of 3. Bring up 2nd down and 7 as we approach halftime here from Holt. 3:25 and counting. Pirates up 14-8. Grace on the move. Jensen once again rolled into his left.
Wow.
Sacked at the 20-yard line, rudely taken down.
Big play by Hagerman's Cody Mays, 6 foot, 155-pound senior. Those are the types of plays that keeps these drives stalled in a hurry. Excellent sack by Cody Mays of Hagerman.
Initially, Jensen had time to throw. He stopped and turned to his right, and boom, there was Mays right in his face. Brought him down for a loss, and that'll bring up 3rd and 12 now for Grace.
2 down territory, obviously, but it's going to be 3rd and long.
3rd and 12 from the 20. So 1st down marker at the 8-yard line. Jensen in the pistol. Fakes the pass in the flat. Running for his life. He's got a man at the 20. Caught. Tackled down at the 18-yard line. Found Damian Martinez, but not for much. And once again, it'll bring up 4th down for Grace.
Josh Jensen was going from side to side in the backfield there, and it seems to me like he wanted to get rid of the ball early, but he couldn't get any receivers open. So for him, he was hoping more receivers would come open in a faster manner, but they didn't. Left him with no room to go except for the running back coming out of the backfield. And the play just took too long to develop.
It's going to be 4th down and 10 for Grace. Grizzlies call timeout with 2:21 left in the first half. Once again, big shout out, big thank you to the Best Western Cotton Tree Inn in Pocatello. They are the official tournament broadcast hotel. I am looking forward to my comfy bed tonight along with a delicious continental breakfast tomorrow. Cannot wait. Yeah. And I think they have a hot tub too. I may partake in the hot tub as well.
Yeah, that's nice of them to provide their facilities. Great facilities, and I'm sure many of these teams would look forward to using those in the future as they come and go to lots of these tournaments. So thank you very much to the Best Western Cotton Tree Inn here in Pocatello. Talked with the Grace coach before this game, and he said their goal was to do what they do and to stay within their game plan. Don't worry about the great facilities here. What a great opportunity to play in Holt Arena on the carpet where the Idaho State Bengals play. But he said, we don't want to get caught up in all that stuff. We want to just play our game, keep it simple. And that's what they're doing right now. If they can get in the end zone here, we've got a game at halftime, folks.
Jensen back to pass. He has time, rolling to his right. Now he's under duress, gets it off. 20-yard line, dodging tackles. Down to the 15, inside the 15, down to the 14. Not enough for a first down, though.
That was a turning point, Jeff.
Big stop by the Pirates. Big stop. Now they have time to move the ball downfield. They've shown the capability to really score in a hurry today. And they got plenty of time to score again.
They have shown that capability. If Grace gets in the end zone there, it's a different game. But you got to applaud the effort there of the Hagerman Pirates. They stopped him on fourth down. Excellent running by Grace's running back, though. That was Kendall Bitton on the carry and catch.
First down and 10 from the 14. There's the pitch. That's Nava. Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. He is more of a, like we said before, the north-south runner, the banger up the middle.
And I like Grace's effort.
If you can string him east and west, you got a shot to bring him down.
Josh Jensen for Grace was in on that tackle, and they met him head on. Good effort. Grace's defense, in my opinion, is picking up as the game goes on.
Minute 40 left in the first half. Zach Reed in the shotgun. That pass in the flat to Kress has worked pretty well tonight. Reed this time downfield. He's got Kress again, incomplete at the 40-yard line. Good coverage by Josh Jensen. Step for step with Kate Kress. And that'll be third down for Hagerman. As Kress kind of comes off the field a little gingerly, shaking that ankle a bit.
I like the pressure that Grace got on the quarterback on that play. Right as he released the ball, he got hit on the other end of the play. When the receiver was getting ready to catch the ball, he was right there in motion, and he got hit too. And the next time those plays come around, the quarterback hears footsteps, as does the receiver. And that kind of gives a little intimidation factor. Maybe cause the receiver to drop the ball on the next pass when it could be in his hands.
3rd and 10 now for the Pirates on the 14. Reed going to roll out. Drops the ball on the carpet. It gets it right back. He's sacked at the 5-yard line. Spencer Peck in on the sack. Boy, Reed lucky to get that ball back as it bounced right back into his arms. But Grace holds, and they call timeout. And they should get the ball back in excellent field position.
They are. They're going to get the ball back with about a minute left, probably around the midfield. And who knows, maybe if they had a quick play that gained a lot of yards, they could be back in the end zone quickly and score some more points.
Timeout, Grace. 1:10 left in the second quarter. 14-8, Hagerman on top. If you want to get a hold of us, it's webcast at idahosports.com. Love to hear from everybody watching the game out there tonight. I know we've had some emails come in.
We've got an email coming in from Hagerman. It says, "Go Hagerman Pirates, go number 81, Cody Mays," from Sage, Lance, Trina, and Sam.
Thanks, guys. And gal.
We've got one more coming in from Sage Hoskovec. "We couldn't make the game tonight, but we are so happy to be able to watch this on idahosports.com. Thank you so much. Good luck, Pirates. Mike and Liz Miller and family."
We got one more that came in.
And this one is from Jeff Minton. "I'm an Oakley fan. Is there any way they both can lose?"
You're not happy with Hagerman, are you? They will go into your house and they beat Oakley, which is very rare to beat somebody at Oakley. Great punt. Ball takes a Hagerman bounce right at midfield.
Jeff, thanks for your email. The only way that that's going to happen is if one loses this game and then the one loses the championship game next week. But we understand your feelings. Could be a little bit sour after those defeats.
That Hagerman Oakley game was on idahosports.com. Good game to watch. A lot of fun. A lot of offense, of course. I think Oakley may have actually outgained the Pirates in that game offensively, but all that matters is the end of the game score. So 57 seconds left in the first half. Grace on the Hagerman 45. Plenty of time for the Grizzlies to score. They actually have one timeout left as well. That's the pitch to Simonson around the right side. He's got to the 40. Inside the 40, out of bounds. The clock will stop. Smart play, stopping that clock. Bring up second down in about 3.5 for Grace.
Usually we would say Grace is moving towards field goal position at this point, but they've got to go the distance. They're at about the 38-yard line.
They're at the point here where they could actually take a shot deep. You roll Jensen out left or right, send a receiver or two downfield, and they can get a shot deep here. Jensen has a pretty good arm.
Especially with his arm, you're right.
Jensen is rolling out, but this is a quarterback keeper all the way. Breaking tackles inside the 35, down to the 34.
Grace has got to look at the clock and make sure they manage it. Looks like they've got the clock stopped.
It's brought down by Cody Mays. That's a first down. Clock is stopped to mark the sticks. And there we start it. 42 seconds left in the first half. Grace on the move. They go spread. Jensen now in the shotgun. Over the middle.
Wow.
Caught. That's Ackerman.
That's the play they wanted.
And Ackerman down to the 15-yard line, and he trips at the 15.
If he wouldn't have tripped, Jeff, I think he had space between him and the end zone, and he would have been there.
That carpet monster got up and bit him.
And there's more of those than we think
hate it when that happens.
This carpet. It is. It's a sad deal.
And Grace spikes it. 24 seconds left in the first half. They are on the move at the Pirate 18. If I'm the Grace coach here, I'd like to roll out Jensen left to right. He's very effective on the run. If the pass isn't there, he's not going to force it, and he'll just run the ball upfield.
Get him to the sideline.
Yeah,
so he can step out if he doesn't able to throw the pass.
Here we go. My formation now behind Jensen. Bitten with a handoff. That's going to go absolutely nowhere. Great job by the Pirates' penetration.
I don't think that's the play that Grace wanted to call right then.
No.
I mean, you see that running back has the speed and the effort to get there, but you want to be able to throw it to stop the clock instead of having to burn a timeout. And now they don't have any timeouts left.
Brought down by Jonathan Owsley. And nobody's answered my question yet. Is he related to Philip Owsley, who played quarterback for Glens Ferry?
Yeah.
It's really not a big deal. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. 18 seconds left. Grace is now out of timeouts. Hagerman 14, Grizzlies 8. I still like to see Jensen roll out left or right here. Thanks once again to our fantastic sponsors, United Dairymen of Idaho, Les Schwab Tire Centers, GameFilm360.com, IdahoTeenDriving.org. Teenagers should not be behind the wheel. Anyway. I'm just kidding. North Idaho College and the Prep Informer e-newsletter. Thank you to everyone who sponsors these webcasts. We appreciate it. Second down, it's 3rd and 9. Jensen rolling out to his left. Has time. Heaves it downfield. He's got a man incomplete, looking for Bitten at the 10, but he was under duress and just could not get the ball to him.
I liked his effort, though, because he was set to pass to his right, had a man there, and just as he was getting ready to pass it, the coverage caved in on him, and rather than taking the sack and letting the clock run out, he looks to his right and finds a man there at the last where he can at least dump the ball in the vicinity of the guy and stop the clock. 12 seconds left. Gives him more opportunities to get in the end zone.
Pressure was by Cody Mays for the Pirates. 4th and 9 now from the 16, so they don't have to get a touchdown here. They can get down to the 7 and be okay. Jensen in the pistol. Referee stopped the clock. And timeout Pirates with 12 seconds to go. So the Pirates want to make sure they're on the same page defensively. If you're the Pirates defense now, keep everything in front of you. You don't want anyone to get deep on you into the end zone.
Remember, Grace can score points quickly when they need to, as they showed last week against Notice.
Oh, that was a wild, wild finish against Notice. Dare I say epic.
The overall state standings in this level of 8-man football, Division I, you have Hagerman ranked number 5. Notice was number 2 in the state, and that's the team that these Grace Grizzlies took down last week. Grace is not ranked in the final rankings, the power rankings. So certainly if they can take down Notice, ranked number 2, who at that point had only lost 1 game, 9-1 over year, 6-0 in the conference, in their conference. Grace has the capabilities to put it to Hagerman tonight. Hagerman coming in at 8-2.
4th and 9 from the 16. Jensen in the pistol. Rolling out to his left. Under duress now, being chased. Jensen has to heave it downfield, can't get the ball off. And he is sacked back at the 28-yard line.
Excellent sack by Jonathan Owsley and Xavier Strict. That's the kind of plays that Hagerman needs, the Pirates needs, to be able to stop them, and that's what they did. Just killed that drive that would have brought the game to a tie, basically.
Once again, they show their speed. You know, initially Jensen thinks he has time, and then all of a sudden, boom, the speed just gets to him, and he's sacked for about a 10-yard loss. And I've been very impressed with the speed of the Pirates tonight.
I have as well.
They bring it fast.
Their defense is sound. They've got a good defense, and their offense is equally as good.
5 seconds left. This may be the last play for Hagerman in the first half, and they're just going to take a knee and call it good. And that'll do it.
Good call.
That'll do it for the first half here from Holt Arena. 8-man Division I semifinals. It's Hagerman 14, Grace 8. Winner goes on to play the winner of Prairie and Troy, who play on Saturday. And Bart, if you're the Pirate coach, what are your likes and your dislikes here in the first half?
If I'm a Pirate coach, I've got to go into the locker room feeling fairly satisfied. The only drive that I don't think I was completely satisfied with was the one that they got down, the drive right before this last one, where they were clear into the Grizzlies' territories, had the opportunity to get in the end zone, and they had some penalties that stalled that drive. I think the penalties I would work on if I was the Hagerman Pirates coach. And other than that, I think you've got to be pretty satisfied going into the locker room. You could be up by another touchdown. Sure. That's the one part that I wouldn't be satisfied with. But you're ahead of the game. You stopped this last touchdown. Could have been a tie game. You got to be satisfied if you're the Hagerman coach going into the locker room.
If you're Grace, if you're Coach Stephen Millward, you've shown you can move the ball between the 20s pretty effectively. What do they need to do to get that last push into the end zone?
I think you've got to be able to work on your timing and your execution. You've got to be able to get the ball where it needs to be when the receiver or running back receiving the ball is going to get it, when he needs to get it, rather than delaying it in the backfield and waiting too long for something to develop. It's given the Hagerman Pirates too much time to get in the backfield and just cause havoc and interrupt and get many sacks here. So you got to execute and get rid of the ball earlier.
So halftime underway from Holt Arena, 14-6. Hagerman on top of Grace. Keep it right here on IdahoSports.com.
Hey, beautiful girl.
No.
You make the world a little bit brighter.
No.
Hey, beautiful
No.
girl. You make this girl a little bit lighter.
Yo.
Say no to empty calorie snacks by saying yes
Yo.
to delicious, nutritious yogurt and spread the word.
Hey, beautiful girl. How can it be? You're talking
No.
to me.
Everybody brags about living in Idaho. And when it comes to education after high school, Idaho is #1, all right. #1 in the nation for college dropouts. Why should we care? Because 2 out of 3 new jobs require a degree. Do the math, Idaho. High school is not enough.
Get the best offer ever from Cable One. $25 for high-speed internet. That's the fastest in more places. $25 a month for great TV with up to 60 channels with local broadcast stations. And $25 for Cable One phone with unlimited long distance. Call now and get our 3 most popular services for $25 each when you take all 3. It's our best offer ever. Call 1-877-MY-CABLE. Call now.
You never have to travel far to find reasons to love Idaho. You'll discover granite peaks that not only take your breath away, but hold it for ransom. And when you live here, beauty like this is yours for the asking. Another unique part of our state that people have come to appreciate is Farm Bureau insurance. It's not as scenic as Mount McGowan, but just as dependable. Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company of Idaho. We know Idaho. We grew up here.
I'm John V. Evans Jr., Chief Executive Officer of D.L. Evans Bank. Over 105 years ago, my great-grandfather, D.L. Evans, and a group of Idaho pioneers opened the first D.L. Evans Bank in Idaho. Today, we continue our founder's vision of helping Idaho families grow and prosper.
You
are the purpose of our work.
The reason
we run.
The reason we serve.
we will treat you with respect.
Like our family and friends.
Because you
Have feelings and emotions.
we are dependent.
Dependent on you. The lifeblood.
The lifeblood
of our company.
We will treat you like our business depends on it.
Because it does.
Because it does.
Because it does.
Welcome back to the halftime show here at Holt Arena. Hagerman 14, Grace 8. Been a very entertaining first half. Both teams have been able to move the ball real well between the 20s, but not a lot of scoring on the board. And Bart, we have emails that have rolled in during halftime, so why don't you go ahead and knock those out?
We do, and it's fun to hear from different people around the country and hear their perspective on the games. From Tooele, Utah, Go Hagerman from Mr. Peacock in Tooele, who coached these Pirates players in junior high when he was in Hagerman. I told you guys you had the talent to win state your senior year. Just a game and a half left, and you'll have it. So thanks for your email, Mr. Peacock. Then from Larry Stevens in Tooele. Larry Stevens in Kennewick, Washington. Always great to be able to watch the games via Idaho Sports webcast. Rooting for Hagerman, so pick up the pace a little. Go Pirates. Larry Stevens in Kennewick. And from Kendra, go Pirates. Love your only Oakley fans. P.S. Jeff Mitten, you're the bomb. And from Mackenzie Pitcher, let's go Grizzlies, you boys are awesome. Mackenzie from Grace. So thanks, Mackenzie.
You know, I really like the name Mackenzie for a girl. I think it can go both ways, boy or girl. But I think for a girl, I like the name Mackenzie. It's got some character to it.
Certainly.
Yeah, that's
the way that she spells
opinion.
it is feminine. So thanks, Mackenzie, for your email. Appreciate you emailing in.
Want to also thank, big-time shout-out, the Best Western Cotton Tree Inn in Pocatello. They are the official tournament broadcast hotel. Looking forward to a comfy bed tonight, maybe a dip in the hot tub, and a delicious breakfast tomorrow morning from the Cotton Tree Inn in Pocatello, Best Western. Also want to thank our major sponsors, United Dairymen of Idaho, Les Schwab Tire Centers, GameFilm360.com, IdahoTeenDriving.org, North Idaho College, and the Prep Informer e-newsletter. Also big shout out to Go On Campaign, Cable One, Farm Bureau Insurance, D.L. Evans Bank, and of course, You Drove Wireless Internet. Don't forget, they are the official sponsor of the IdahoSports.com You Drove Wireless Player of the Game. I already have a few players in mind tonight. Bart, I'm sure you do too.
I do. I've been watching
a tally.
Some of the running backs, the quarterbacks, and also the defensive players. There's been some excellent tackling and then some good pass receptions. So, yeah, we're keeping a lot of players in mind for that. Jeff, it's been fun watching the bands play at halftime. We want to give a shout-out to the Grace Band. They've done an excellent job performing. Just wanted to pass that along to them.
They have done a good job tonight. If you saw us up in the booth here, we're kind of shaking and Got the toes tapping to the band at halftime. You don't want to see me dance, so it's a good thing the camera was not on me. Can't stress that enough. Hagerman will get the ball to start the second half. Let's see if Grace does one of those those really squibby, bouncy kicks here to start the third quarter. Yeah. It's kind of the in vogue thing to do now on a turf, especially.
Josh Jensen adds more duties to his quarterback plate. He's the kicker for Grace as well.
He's the kicker. He's the quarterback. He plays defense. He parked my car earlier today. He washed my window. He bought me a hot dog at halftime. The man does it all. Josh Jensen, a real five-tool player out there. This is not a squibber. Good kick by Jensen, taken by the upback at the 15. Dodging a couple tackles. That's Ryan Lutmer. He gets the corner.
Space.
Out to the 40-yard line goes Lutmer. Nice run back. And Hagerman starts in very good field position.
Lutmer showed his speed on that. A reason why he's a wide receiver and defensive end. Good speed.
They have some real speed on that team. You know, Cade Kress, Ryan Lutmer, quarterback Zach Reed has some wheels. So those are the speed guys. And then you have Nava, the big north-south runner, banging up the middle. So they have a good balance on that team.
They do.
Here come the Pirates, 1st and 10 on their own 39. Zach Reed in the shotgun. He'll be there most of the night. It's the give, up the middle. That's that north-south runner we were talking about, Nava, all the way down inside the 40-yard line.
I really like the way Nava runs.
So you know what? That is Jonathan Owsley on the carry. My fault.
Jonathan Owsley.
Yeah.
He didn't hesitate. Just quick wheels and moves upfield and finds the hole really well.
And you made that comment about Nava as well. They both are the north-south runners, but they don't hesitate. Like you said, they just boom right up the middle. They don't waste any time. They're not the fancy dancers, the east-west type of guys.
Just fast speed and go without waiting any time.
Zach Reed fakes a handoff. He'll take it himself down to the 35 for a gain of about 2. He's 2nd down and 8 for the Pirates, and they're knocking on the door again here. They've moved the ball pretty much at will tonight. I think they've only had to punt once, but they just haven't put the ball in the end zone consistently yet. It's only 14-8 lead over Grace.
No, if one of these teams could put the ball in the end zone, it's going to either bring the game closer or put some separation in it, and we're going to be able to tell maybe which direction this game may end up.
It's Reed with the give to Nava up the middle, and there's a flag on the play, and that play never had a chance to go.
There's some motion that went on in the backfield. Looks like we're going to have about a 5-yard penalty here against Hagerman.
Backfield in motion, be 2nd down and 13 now for Hagerman. I think that's a song, isn't it? Backfield in motion?
I think it is.
Like a 60s, was it like not a reggae, but a blues or a rhythm and blues? Is that who sang that? Like the Four Tops or the Supremes or, yeah, good song. 2nd down, 13 for Hagerman.
We could write our own lyrics here by the end of this game if we keep going.
Hagerman goes in the spread. Receiver split 2 left and 2 right. Reed by himself in the backfield. Man in motion is Owsley. Reed running for his life. Sack back at the 42.
Excellent sack without letting Reed get by. 69 there of Grace. Brandon Simons in on the sack. 6 foot, 200-pounder. And when you get hit by that, you know you've been hit. And we may have the quarterback down a little bit injured on that play.
Reed came up a little slow, but he looks like he's going to be okay. 3rd down, 13 at the Grace 40. If you want to get a hold of us tonight, it's webcast at idahosports.com. All your email needs. You want to give a shout out. You want to say hi to me and Bart. You want to buy us a pizza. Just tell us a joke. Anything you want. We'd love to hear from you. It's webcast at idahosports.com. Pirates call timeout, and Bart's checking the email bag.
Got one from Michaela Kimball coming in. Let's go, Grizzlies. It's not hibernation time yet. Let's see some more touchdowns. Your fans, Michaela and Ben Kimball in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Burr.
That's about the furthest we've seen so far.
Another name I like, Michaela. Michaela and Mackenzie, 2 very cool names for girls that I like. Once again, you can own this DVD, and you know you do. You can enjoy watching this game over and over again on your own. High quality keepsake DVD. We keep the cost low so that you can get one for everyone on your Christmas list or Thanksgiving list or whatever holiday you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. It's on your Hanukkah list. just click on the banner at the bottom of your webcast player to order your copy of the DVD tonight of Hagerman and Grace, or you can order any DVD actually from this year or last year.
This is probably in prime time, Alaska time. So thanks for watching up in Alaska.
Hagerman sets up a perfect-looking screenplay, but the ball is just overthrown. Reed had Lutmer wide open at the 40-yard line with plenty of room to run. And Reed was kind of under duress and just overthrew it. It'll bring up 4th down for the Pirates. And you know what? I think they're going to go for it. Why not?
Yeah,
they've shown that they can move the ball.
They've got the decision to make, and I think you're going to be right on this, Jeff. It's going to be a 4th and long, 4th and about 15. But you're not going to go for a field goal, obviously. And you don't want to punt the ball and only gain 20 yards, so they'll go for it, I'm sure. Which you're right.
You know, another female name I like is Kendall. Kendall, Mackenzie, Michaela. Cool names. Anyway, back to the game. Reed in the shotgun. Plenty of time to throw. Back to the 50-yard line. Reed's going to run it. Gets inside the 40, but not nearly enough for a 1st down. And that play was broken from the beginning. Reed really never had a shot to go downfield there.
No, he didn't. On that kind of play, when you got 4th and long, you want to get rid of the ball. And in terms of passing, you don't want to hand it off or run, especially when you're a quarterback. You're just eliminating your chances of getting the 1st down. You want to be able to have a receiver out there beyond the 1st down marker and throw it to him and get it to him and make the reception. And I think Hagerman made the wrong call on that play.
He backpedaled all the way to the 50, and the 1st down marker was at the 38. So that's a lot of, or the 28 actually. So,
yep.
1st down, Grace. Jensen back to pass over the middle, caught by Ackerman. 45 up to the 50, inside the 50-yard line.
Good pursuit by Hagerman on that play. You had Zach Reed, the quarterback, in there making the stop with a few other help, some other help from other defenders, but Grace made some good yardage on the play as well. 1st down.
The Jensen to Ackerman combination has worked very well tonight. Once Ackerman catches the ball, he's got a lot of speed, and he turns on the speed in a hurry and gets upfield. 1st down, Grace in Pirate territory. Give up the middle, big number 68, Spencer Peck, bowls over tacklers down to the 40-yard line, actually the 42.
He reminds me of the big running back that used to be for the Dallas Cowboys when they said the moose is loose.
Oh, Daryl Johnston.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a big back, and when you get hit by him, you're going to move, and he's going to move forward, and you're going to move backwards if you're the defense.
I think he'd rather have someone in front of him to knock over than go untouched up the middle. I think he likes that contact.
I think you're right, Jeff.
Man in motion is Peck. Handoff. Simonson up the middle, down inside the 35. 1st down, Grace. There on the move.
Simonson showed his speed on that play as well. He didn't hesitate, got right through and gained some great positive yards upfield, about 10 yards. Brings up a 1st down for the Grace Grizzlies inside the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 on the 34. Clock ticking down, 8:15 left in the 3rd quarter. Hagerman 14, Grace 8. It's been a good one tonight from Holt.
It's anyone's game.
Just a give, up the gut, inside the 30-yard line. Right now, Grace ripping off long runs. That's Bitton with a 5-yard carry. And
Kendall Bitton, a senior, 160-pounder. Out of the backfield.
Maybe Hagerman's undersized defensive line might be wearing down a little bit here in the 3rd quarter. As Grace is moving the ball right now very easily. They're on the Pirate 39, or the Pirate 29, excuse me. Jensen back to pass, has time, looks over the middle, caught by Bitton. Dragged down at the 5-yard line. Great pitch and catch. Jensen to Bitton. 1st and goal, Grace on the 5. You know, when Jensen has time to throw, he throws a very nice ball.
He does. That's one other thing that the Grace coach told me. He said that he used to play high school for Pocatello High School. Some of his coaches were the Cutters, who went on to coach at Boise State and then Arizona State and in the NFL. He said he learned how to pass the ball when he was at Pocatello.
It's a direct snap to Bitten. Touchdown, Grace. Touchdown, Kendall Bitten. And we are tied up at 14, and we have got a ball game here at Holt.
We do. It's a tie score just like that, 14-14. We've been anticipating Grace's move to tie the game for about 3 or 4 possessions, and finally they've done it. We kept giving the advantage to Hagerman. Now we've got an equal balanced game with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. It could go either way.
This is a fun one. Tied up at 14 at 7:10 left in the third quarter. Grace is going to spread it out, going for 2. Wouldn't be shocked to see a quick pass over the middle here from Jensen. There it is, over the middle. It is incomplete. He was looking for Trevor Simonson. The ball
Excellent contact.
Ball falls to the turf. 2-point conversion is no good. So it's 7:10 left in the third quarter. We are tied up at 14 from Holt Arena. Great semifinal action between Hagerman and Grace. Keep it right here on idahosports.com.
Welcome back to Holt Arena. We're here in the third quarter. Tight game now, 14-14 between the Hagerman Pirates and the Grace Grizzlies. We'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Filer Mutual Telephone Company. They're located in Filer and provide wireless broadband, which is high-speed internet for residents throughout the Hagerman Valley. So go visit them at www.filertel.com. That's www.filertel.com for all your internet wireless services.
Jensen with a kickoff. Line drive, good return out to almost a 40-yard line. Number 5, Xavier Strick with the run back. And Hagerman in business at the 38. Pretty good field position for the Pirates.
Excellent to start that far down the field. One play and you could be into Grace territory.
Let's see if they can answer that Grace touchdown here. We're tied up at 14 from Holt. The winner of this game goes on to play the winner of Prairie and Troy for the 8-man Division I state championship.
That game going on Saturday up at the Kibbe Dome.
Up in Moscow at the Kibbe. Reed in a shotgun, handoff up the middle. That's big Jonathan Owsley with the carry. Gains a couple. Second down, let's call it 8 for Hagerman.
Good stop by Grace's Sam Hubbard, a junior 5-foot, 160-pounder.
That was a better run than I thought. He gained 5 yards on that carry. It's a pretty generous spot, but I'm sure they'll take it. Second down 5 for the Pirates.
They're not going to argue that spot at all.
No, they're not going to turn that down. And Cade Kress kind of limps off the field a little bit. He looks a little gimpy. That would be a big loss if Kress can't come back. He has a lot of speed. And now Hagerman has somebody coming on the field at the last second.
You have to wonder if that might be a substitution. But
they give up the middle to Nava, close to the first down. Going to be what, third down
at about 1 or 1.5.
1.5. 6-minute mark now of the third quarter. 14 up. Hagerman and Grace in a good one. If you'd like to get a hold of us, it's webcast at idahosports.com. Love to hear the shout-outs tonight.
Looks like we got one more shout-out that just came in from Amy Norman in West Virginia. I wish I could be there to watch the game in person, but I'm glad that I can watch it online. Way to go, Pirates. Keep it up and beat Grace. So thank you from the Mountaineer State, Amy Norman in West Virginia.
And Reed to Kress for another Hagerman first down. Actually, Reed to Ryan Lutmer for the Hagerman first down at the Grace 39, or the Grace 41, excuse me.
It's certainly not prime time in West Virginia, I don't think.
I think it's 2 hours ahead of us.
I think that's about 1 o'clock in the morning. So thanks for watching that late, early in the morning, Amy, in West Virginia.
Home of the Mountaineers. Will Bill Stewart be your football coach next year for the West Virginia football team? They've gone downhill a little bit since Rich Rod.
They have, and you have to ask the same question about Rich Rodriguez at the same time. Is he going to be at Michigan next year?
That's up in the air.
He had some great years at West Virginia with his spread formations, but it's sad to see that it hasn't worked out the same in Ann Arbor.
You know, they can score points, but they just can't stop anybody.
Yeah.
They beat Illinois, or was it Illinois? They beat like 59-57.
Yes.
That was a 6 overtime game. That game was nuts. Fun to watch, but kind of a defense optional game. And we have a Hagerman player down at about the 45. Can't quite see a number.
I think
So
that
we-
is
so we don't wanna-
Zach Reed, the quarterback, but I'm not certain.
Well, he did take it around the left side by himself.
And that could change the complexion of the game. They'd have to go with Cade Kress.
That would be a huge loss if Reed can't come back.
Yeah.
Very, very versatile quarterback. He's that dual option that you like in your quarterback. He can throw it, he can run it, he makes good decisions. But most importantly, he is a senior, and they pretty much always make the right decision on the field.
They do. They've had the years to grow in the system,
Yeah.
and they understand exactly what the coach and what other players are going to react. So it looks like he's going to be missing in a few plays. And Cade Kress is there waiting. Looks like he's waiting for instruction from the coach, maybe.
And Kress, what a position to be in. State semifinals, tied up at 14, and he's only a freshman. Big position for a freshman to be in, but he's played very well tonight.
He looks like he's mature.
Yes.
And doesn't look like he's going to be frazzled, at least as he's heading towards the huddle.
And Reed does get up, walks off the field. That's a good sign. He wasn't really favoring any leg or any knee, so he may be back. But until then, Cade Kress in at quarterback for the Pirates.
In a tight game, what a stage to step onto. 14-14.
As a coach, do you shrink the playbook for a freshman, or do you say, Cade, we believe in you? Here's the playbook.
It's a tough call. I mean, Cade has demonstrated he's an athletic ability player. He's got some good capabilities, can throw, can pass, can run. But I think you got to condense it a little bit.
Cade Kress under severe pressure, gets the ball away, incomplete. Damian Martinez all over Kress as Kress just got it away. That'll be 3rd down and 11 now for the Pirates.
And to follow up on your question that you just asked, Jeff, just watching that first pass, I do see a little bit of jitters in Kress there with the first pass. The pass wasn't as crisp as we had seen from Zach Reed. Maybe that'll settle down and we'll see Cade Kress come through with his athletic ability
and Reed,
more plays.
It looks like Reed is back in the ball game for the Pirates, back at quarterback. Number 8, Zach Reed. Reed in the shotgun, 3rd and 11 from the 42. Reed sets up the screen play. Oh, in and out of the hands of his receiver.
And it seems to me like Reed is nursing one of his legs there. He's not able to plant it as strongly as he has been throughout the game. You have to wonder if that's going to have an effect on him.
It'll bring up 4th down for the Pirates, and they're going to have to punt the ball away. Grace not entirely believing it's going to be a punt. Nobody back there yet. Are they going for it? No, they're going to do a punt here, 4th and 11. Now they go back.
Dropping back for Grace looks to be Trevor Simonson.
Nice high kick, angle kick, beautiful punt. You cannot draw that up any better. Beautiful punt. Referees mark that out at right about the 10-yard line.
It's about a 30 or 32-yard punt, looks to be.
Beautiful kick, angled beautifully. So 3:47 left in the 3rd quarter. We are tied up at 14. Semifinal action. Winner plays the winner of Prairie and Troy, who plays Saturday at the Kibbe Dome.
We said as we started this in the first quarter of this game that we thought Grace's defense was kind of letting
they were a little shaky.
Hagerman move the ball on them. They weren't stable. We thought maybe Hagerman's going to get the advantage in this game. But as the game has progressed, Grace has stepped it up. And we just saw in that last possession and all the way from the first quarter, really.
Jensen.
Hagerman has not scored.
Floats it downfield. He has Ackerman caught at the 40-yard line. Breaks the tackle. Ackerman is gone. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Grace, touchdown again. Chase
That
Ackerman
is the play of the game. 90-yard pass reception.
What a beautiful throw by Josh Jensen right into the hands of Ackerman in stride. Once he caught the ball, he was off, put on the Jets, touchdown Grace, and they're in the lead, 20-14.
You know, we've seen 20 unanswered points by Grace. They were down 14-0, and now they're ahead 20-14. Are we kind of seeing the same story of their entire season right here in this game?
Well, I think yeah, exactly.
Slow start and then complete turnaround.
Yeah, they were down 14-0 earlier. 20 consecutive points. And, you know, we said it, when Josh Jensen gets time to throw, he throws a pretty ball.
It was beautiful, right on the money.
Simonson, direct snap, 2-point conversion's good for the Grizz. They extend that lead now 22-14 over Hagerman. 3:33 left in the third quarter. Stick around, you don't want to miss a minute of this one. We'll be right back on idahosports.com. Welcome back to Holt Arena. 22 consecutive points by Grace. They're on top of Hagerman, 22-14.
The Grace bench is psyched. You can see them just giving each other high fives down there. Everyone's happy. There's a lot of energy on that sideline right now, and they feel like they can go ahead and win this game. It's evident.
You can feel it.
You've got to give some kudos to assistant head coach and the defensive coordinator for Grace, Mike Coburn. He's made the adjustments that we talked about at halftime that he thought he'd need to make, and the game is a completely different game since the first quarter.
Well, and you made the comment off air that Hagerman has not scored since the first quarter. Good kickoff taken at the 20. Lutmer with the return. Gets out to the 33, and he's taken down rudely.
And that's the energy that I was talking about from the sideline as Tad Jorgensen comes in and sticks him hard and stops that return dead in its tracks right at about the 30 or 32-yard line.
Well, let's see who Hagerman brings in a quarterback. Is it going to be Cade Kress or will it be Zach Reed?
I think it's going to be Zach Reed.
I see number 8 out there.
You've got to watch his leg, his planting leg, as he gets ready to throw. That's the one that he injured on the far sideline. And I don't think that he's got the full capability that he usually has, ability to plant and throw, and that's going to affect his throwing capabilities.
Reed in the shotgun, handoff, up the middle. That's Nava with another 5 or 6 yard rumble right up the middle. Good first down gain, second down and 4 for Hagerman. Pirates need some points on the board. They need a nice long drive here to try to tie this game up. They've shown they can move the ball, but they just have not punched it at the end zone since the first quarter. Reed fakes a handoff, takes it around the left side himself. Gets drilled right at the first down marker.
Quarterback to quarterback there, and I think Jensen got a strong hit on him there.
Boy, Reed's a tough kid. He's taking some hard shots tonight.
He is, and he showed right there on that scramble to the far side that maybe his leg isn't affecting him as much as I thought it was. He definitely was able to get some good space out there and move upfield.
It could be that adrenaline flowing through him. You feel no pain until after the game, and then you really feel it.
Tomorrow is always a little bit harder.
Yeah. Reed now under center. There's the give, up the middle. Lots of room, right up the gut. First down, Pirates. Great run up the middle. That's Owsley with another hard charging run. Those inside runners, Owsley and Nava, they do a lot of damage right up the gut. And right now they're setting up Grace for a run outside. Grace is seeing back-to-back runs up the middle. Look for maybe a fake handoff up the middle and a pitch to maybe Cade Kress on the outside.
I think you're right. It's going to come on one of these fast sweeps with the fast backs around the outside. You also have to look out for this over-the-middle pass that's going to come up any time as they got a split end.
There's another run up the middle. Once again, that's Nava with the carry. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more. No gain, let's call it. Second down and 10 for the Pirates. If you want to get a hold of us, it's webcast at idahosports.com. Love to hear from everybody tonight. Bart's checking the email bag as we speak.
Got an email from Idaho Falls. Good luck, Grizzlies. Sorry we couldn't be there. The Mitchell family in Idaho Falls. And one more. Cade knows what the coach wants. It's his dad, Steve Smith out of Hagerman.
Referees throw a flag. It's going to be delay of game on the Pirates. And boy, they have been shooting themselves in the foot tonight with penalties. So a third and second down now and 15 for Hagerman. In the first half, they had a couple big ones. They had a chop block. They had a couple holding calls that really stalled the drives for them. They really should have more than 14 on the board here tonight.
They should. They were deep in Grace territory, inside the 20-yard line when they were stalled, inside the 10 actually, when they had a big penalty come holding, moved them clear back. Excellent pass.
Reed downfield. He's got Lutmer incomplete at the 30-yard line. Lutmer got turned around a little bit. I think he looked one way and then looked the other way, and the ball was there before he could find the ball again.
These lights, he got his eyes caught in the lights here and lost the ball, because that was a beautifully thrown ball, and it was too bad, unfortunate for the receiver and the quarterback that the connection, and they weren't able to hook up on that one.
They were very successful in the first half with those little passes out in the flat to Lutmer and to Cade Kress, and haven't done it a whole lot here in the second half. And that might be because of the Grace defensive adjustments, but I'd like to see a pass out in the flat to Kress and see what he can do with it. They're setting up the screen. That is Kress with the catch. He's not going to get a first down, though. Gets out to midfield, and that's about it. So to bring up fourth down for Hagerman, they're going to have to punt the ball away again. But they may do that at the beginning of the fourth quarter as the clock keeps on ticking down here. And that'll do it. That's the end of the third quarter from Holt Arena. Semifinal action, Hagerman against Grace. It's Grace on top, 22-14. Stick around for the fourth quarter. Right here on IdahoSports.com.
32 is.
Nava back to kick for the Pirates. Trevor Simonson waiting for the punt. Nice kick by Nava. Wow, skies.
Some power behind that.
Ball's taken at the 15 by Simonson. Gets out only to about the 23-yard line. What a beautiful punt by Nava.
It was a high end-over-end kick that definitely gave the Pirates plenty of time to get down there, and it wasn't the rugby style.
No.
That's one of the first power punts that we've seen all evening.
No, Grace, we mentioned Grace started the year 0-5. Just trying to understand the 8-man game. It's a different animal than the 11-man game. They reel off 5 wins in a row. They get behind here 14-0, and they didn't really panic at all, did they?
No, they didn't. I thought that they might begin to fold there when they got down 14-0. Hagerman had the momentum. They were driving on several drives, and it didn't look to me like Grace had the power to stop them on defense. Defensively, the Grizzlies were just not doing it. But we've seen in this game, as the head coach Stephen Millward told us before the game, he said, we've made adjustments throughout this year, and we've made change personnel. We need to change it. We understand more of the 8-man game. They just barely dropped down to 8-man football this year, and they could have done it 2 years ago. But it's evident that they're learning the game fast, and Hagerman was the number 1 seed coming into this. They won their conference, and we have a team in Grace coming in and possibly taking them down tonight.
Grace is coming into this game on a 5-game win streak. They're on a roll. Jensen, fake handoff. Somehow ducks under a couple of tacklers, dragging people out to the first down marker. And there's a ball's on the turf, but he might have been down first before that ball came out. Josh Jensen just dragging people down 15 yards to the first down marker. Jensen goes 6 foot 175.
And then the next question people might ask, well, how come Grace is even in an 8-man football division at this time? Well, they could have done it 2 years ago, we mentioned. They only have 117 people in their student body, and the division between 8-man Division II and 8-man Division I is 100 students. So they're not far ahead of any other school that would be Division I.
And there's Peck in motion. Jensen with the give. That's Bitten. Charging ahead for a couple yards. Let's call it 2nd down and 8 for Grace. Ball marked on the 35, up to about the 38, so gain of 3.
Bitten's a good quality back, too. He's shown that he's got the power behind him. He can carry it directly upfield.
He's a good power runner right up the gut. Kendall Bitten. Simonson as well, although Simonson can do a little bit of everything. He can take it up the middle, he can take it outside.
Go out for a pass.
He can return punts, a little bit of everything for him.
And as we keep continuing to talk about Grace, the clock is ticking down in the 4th quarter.
Jensen over the middle, incomplete. Good coverage by the Pirates.
Good coverage. That pass was just behind the receiver there for Grace, Damian Martinez. And the Grace fans are whining and calling for a penalty. They thought that was a pass interference, but the ball was behind him.
I thought the ball and the player got there at the same time. I thought that was a good no call by the officials.
Yep, I think you're right.
I thought it was just good contact, good pass, contact right there, incomplete. 3rd down and 7 for Grace. Big stand here for the Pirates so they can hold Grace.
Excuse me, I should have said the Grace fans were calling for a penalty.
And there's Bitten. He goes absolutely nowhere. Dragged down at the 35. Great penetration by the Pirates, and they forced Grace to punt. And they needed that stop because Grace was showing some big offensive explosion here in the second half.
They did, and they could have taken a lot of time off the clock there. But this is going to give the ball back to Hagerman with about 10 minutes left in the game. It's anyone's game.
And Jensen back to punt for Grace. Lutmer to receive for the Pirates, and we have a timeout. Timeout, Grace.
And here comes Steve Millward.
Steve Millward on the field, talk to Grace. If you want to get a hold of us, it's webcast at idahosports.com. We're checking the email bag to see if we have anything new tonight. .9:54 left in the ballgame. 22-14, Grizz on top.
Looks like we've got one more message coming in from the Rasmussen family. Missoula, Montana. Go Grizzlies from Missoula, Montana. Thanks, Rasmussen family.
Another Montana email. We've had 3 or 4 of those tonight.
We sure have. One more. Go Pirates. Nice job, Waterboy Cody Duville, on getting those Pirates some water. Wish you luck, Pirates, from the Duville family. Dion, Cindy, Juliana, Josh, and Jared Duville. Go fight, win. Thank you, Waterboy. Way to go. You can see him on the screen probably as we speak.
Are they from Montana as well?
No, I think they're probably from over there in Hagerman.
4th down and 8. Grace back to punt. That's Mr. Josh Jensen doing the honors. And Ryan Lutmer to receive it for the Pirates. Line drive kick that can be returned, but he declines to do so. Great bounce for the Grizzlies. And they stop it at the 7-yard line. What a punt by Jensen. You know,
excellent punt. You couldn't ask for better.
Lutmer was kind of caught in that no man's land. He's like, he made a step, tried to catch it, then he went back, and after that it was too late, and he couldn't catch it. So great punt by Jensen.
Had to let it go over his head. Rolled for about 15 more yards, and now it's inside the 10-yard line. And that's going to put Hagerman in a deep hole, but it's not an impossibility at all. They've got 92 yards to go for a score, 9 minutes to do it.
Haven't heard a lot from Cade Kress here in the second half. He's shown some speed on the outside. Let's see if they feature